What's up, Real Gamer here, and I know I'm kind of behind on some of the phones. A lot of people been telling me it's a lot of new phones out. So, since I'm so far behind, I'm just gonna give you a quick overview on the page of phones, just to let you know what I think about it, and pretty much what's worth it, what's not. All right, so for $20, first off, you cannot beat a $20 phone. Oh wait, yes you can, because this one is absolutely free. But if you're not trying to get absolute crap, $20 seems like it'll be decent. But let me go through my reasons right here. First reason, it's running Android 4.4 KitKat. Now I know you probably like, but the S7 have Android 6. Android 6. Of course, it's a newer version. It's always gonna be newer versions for newer phones. But that phone also costs $600. You looking at a phone that costs $20 running 4.4. Arguably, I can't say that word right now. Forget it. This Android version 4.4 KitKat is, a light version, a very smooth version, and to me, my favorite version because it's quick, light, snappy, and it only needs a half a stick of RAM, bro. So it'll run pretty smooth, depending on if this phone at least has one stick of RAM in it, of course. Now, don't expect this to compete with the S7. I'm just saying, if you just want a smartphone, you don't really care about too much stuff on it, $20, you can't go wrong because this one looks a lot better to me than the LG Optimus Dynamic. But it's got a 4.3 QHD display. Once again, don't get confused by the QHD stuff. It ain't gonna be as beautiful as your friend with the S7, S6, Note 3, stuff like that. But once again, $20, dude. $20. Alright, it's got 3G, so no 4G. Keep that in mind, and it can connect to Wi-Fi if you run out of data, because I know there's 5 gigs of data. We started I don't know if they're inflating the numbers on there on Straight Talk side, but my data going out a little bit. It's going out even faster than before I had the 2.5, bro. Like, what's going on, Straight Talk? Anyways, it's got a 5 megapixel camera. It ain't gonna be a super beautiful picture, but on at the same time, you will be able to tell what's going on in the picture. It ain't gonna just be super grainy. It'll be, it's a good picture, but it ain't gonna be, oh my god, it seems like I'm really there type of picture, you know what I mean? Now the video recorder will be a little bit worse. You will have to hold your hand very steady, but it will pick up. You will be able to tell what's going on, but I wouldn't take it to like a very important event like a graduation or something. Don't get me wrong, it can do that. It can get the pictures, it can get the video, but it won't be like, oh my god, this is great quality type video, you know what I mean? Now, it's a 1.2 gigahertz dual core processor, and once again, that's a little bit on the low side, but like I said, $20, man. $20. You can't really go wrong for $20. Now, don't expect to do heavy gaming on this. It may handle a good bit of games, like maybe a light Flappy Bird or something like that. It may even handle something heavier. Just don't expect to be heavy gaming super much. Because the dual core processor is kind of outdated. I would recommend nothing less than a quad. But once again, what overpowers my recommendation is $20, man. Moving on to the LG Optimus Dynamic 2. You like, man, why don't you talk about the free one? I am going to talk about the free one. But why is it free, you might wonder? Well, you do have to buy a $45 card. So after tax where I live, that's probably around 52 bucks. So this phone would cost you 52 bucks with the service. But let's see what it's running, man. It's running Android 4.1, which is a little bit too far a step back. I would recommend going ahead and pay that $20 for the 4.4 alone. So you already see where I'm going with that. But it's got, not only that, it's got a smaller screen, 3.8-inch touchscreen display. Now, I don't know about you, but if it's under 4 inches, man, get out of here with the phone screen. You know what I mean? Because I ain't got time to catch a cramp on my hands. I don't know what kind of hands you got, of course, but I got pretty big hands. And really, I don't want to touch a phone that's under 5.5 inch because the Note has got me freaking spoiled. You know what I'm saying? And I already know your dirty jokes. Get out of here with that. You know. It's also only got 3G, no 4G, but also Wi-Fi connectivity. So, I mean, if you really don't care about the phone stuff, the smart stuff at all, pretty much, get this phone because it's absolutely free. Like, maybe the only thing you're going to play is some Candy Crush, maybe even once in a while, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you just going to go through Clash Royale. Maybe I don't even know if it can handle that, but you really don't really care about too much about a phone, bro. You can't really beat this 3 megapixel camera now. That's going on a little bit of low side. That picture may be a little grainy. You make him pull out. If you like a professional, if you're a professional photographer, you might be able to pull out a good picture. But I wouldn't count on this camera as a, oh my god, it's shocking. I wouldn't even count on it as, it's mediocre, you know. If you don't really care about pictures, if you take pictures of like a document, you know, and sending emails and stuff like that, this will work. Should be pretty good. But like I said, graduation time, you don't want this. Period. All right, you don't want this. Same thing about the video recorder. It's gonna be even worse. It won't even tell you what kind of Bluetooth wireless technology it has. So it's probably way under 4.0. So if you need 4.0, this is a no-go. Now, I would not recommend this phone for the simple fact that it has a 1 gigahertz processor. This phone will probably lag like crazy over time. Now, I'm not saying straight out of the box. Some people get this straight out of the box. Oh, man, it's not lagging at all, man. It's super fast. Super fast. Wait about 2 months. Let you get your stuff on there. You start to take some pictures. You start to download some apps. Then come back to me 2-3 months later and see how it is. Once you load your stuff on this phone, 1 gigahertz processors, it's pretty much nobody should have that in 2016. Again, if you're only using this as just like a straight phone and that's it, this will work perfect. But if you're trying to take a lot of pictures, you're trying to play some games, once you get them apps loaded on here, if it can even hold apps, this phone look like it won't have a lot of, get out of my face. This phone look like it might not have a lot of space on it as well. So keep that in mind. That's why it's free. Also, what hints that it might not have a lot of space is they're going to go ahead and give you a 4 gigabyte micro SD card already inserted into the phone because they know you will not even be able to do anything without that 4 gigabyte micro SD card. So I would skip this for free, save a little bit of headache, and pay that $20 if you're looking for the low side. Now we're going to have free versus free going on down to the LG Lucky Reconditioned. I don't really like buying reconditioned stuff. You know what I'm saying? They try to change up the wordplay a little bit. Recondition, refurbish. Pretty much, this thing was broke so bad that they had to send it in, man. We probably had to replace the screen, the digitizer. We probably even had to replace some buttons in glass on the camera. This thing was so messed up, man. But we just gonna give it to you for free, all right? Cause this thing was broke to pieces. But instead of saying that, they say, "Oh, it's the LG Lucky reconditioned." You know what I mean? So I don't like buying refurbished, reconditioned stuff. But anyways, if you don't really give a crap, this phone seems already better than the LG Optimus Dynamic 2 because it's running Android 4.4. That's a win right there. But keep in mind, reconditioned. It's got a 3.8-inch screen. Once again, like I said, too small on the screen. 3G Wi-Fi, 3 megapixel camera. I told y'all what I think about that. It's a better processor than the one above, but it's still on the slow side. And this one, if you needed that Bluetooth 4.0 wireless technology, it has it. So if that's a deal breaker for you, boom, there you go. On to the S7. I talked about the S7. Of course, it's going to have all the latest stuff, but it's going to have that high price tag coming in at $600 right now, man. But it's got the latest stuff. Android 6, Marshmallow. The Note 3 don't even have that yet for my carrier. 5.1-inch screen, like I said, 5 inches or above. I really want 5.5 or above, but 5 inches or above. Can't go below that on the screen, bro. Plus, it's a HD Super AMOLED display. Now, this is where they play you on the other phones. They try to say QHD to make you think, oh, that's another Quad HD like Samsung phone. No, it's not, all right? Don't even, if they try to put QHD, blah, blah, don't fall for it, man. If you a Samsung fan, make sure you see that Super AMOLED screen, all right? That's the one you want, all right? It looks beautiful. If you don't know what that is, go to Best Buy where you can see it. Bring that, ask to look at, you know, the LG Lucky if they even have it. You won't even want to look at the LG Lucky once you see the screen. You're going to want the Super AMOLED display. Also, this phone has this lightning fast LTE 4G speed. Actually, it ain't lightning fast where I'm at, but you know what I'm saying. It's got 4G LTE plus Wi-Fi connectivity. if you need to save on that data, because that 4G loves to eat your data plan up. Trust me, it do. The 12 megapixel camera should be very beautiful. It'll take great Facebook photos, graduation photos, and stuff like that. And plus, people are saying this is the best camera ever on a Samsung Galaxy phone. Now, we had some phones that have 5 megapixels on the back of the phone. This one, like, 5 megapixels, but that's for selfies. Like, come on, man. Selfies is good with a 5 megapixel camera. If you want to take something even more better, they give you a lot more megapixels on the back. This 5 megapixel will make a great selfie type photo from the front facing camera, and it's mainly kind of used to, Skype and stuff like that. It'll have a good picture. It's about like a webcam type deal, maybe even a little better, but it'll be a great selfie, Snapchat type camera, stuff like that. But this just putting the price tag in play right here, man, because other phones got 5 megapixels on the back. This one threw 5 on the front, just for you to take a picture of yourself or just to talk online. That lets you know the times have moved way past them older phones above, man. And once again, I don't know why they brag about a 64-bit quad-core processor when the phone don't have more than 4 gigs of RAM. But yeah, they just put that on the spec sheet. Also, this has Bluetooth 4.2 technology. Now, I haven't been keeping up with Bluetooth technology too much because Bluetooth is currently working great with every Bluetooth device that I buy. So what's really new and what's really ain't, I don't really know, alright? On down to the Sunrise, we're just going to start breezing over these a little bit quicker. 4.4, 3.8, you know what I mean, you know what I said about that. 3G, basically the same phones, different bodies. So this pretty much really is same phone, different body. LG Lucky and the freaking Sunrise, same phone, different body. So that's just looks, and actually it looked like the same phone, period. What? Same phone, different name. Let's move on. Going on down to the Galaxy Core Prime, we just gonna skip it. I mean, I'm gonna talk about it for people that may be interested, but because it do have a 4.5-inch screen, that's a lot better. Reconditioned, I don't do that, but it's $29. I would recommend just going ahead and buy the Moto because it's a little bit better, man. 4.3, yeah, you lose a bit of screen real estate, but it just, in my opinion, looks better. But if you're looking at the Core Prime, reconditioned, first of all, keep that in mind. It's Android 4.4, 4.5 touchscreen. You can see it right here. Now, the camera's a little bit better, man. 5 megapixel camera, and you get a front-facing camera. So if you're looking for just the front-facing camera, you know what I'm saying, you can get this phone for only $30, but that 2 megapixel is not going to be great. You're probably going to be a lot grainy on Skype. At the same time, the processor is a little bit lacking, but at least you get a quad-core processor. So this seems like it'll be an okay buy, but if you really just don't want to worry about lag ever or keep lag to a minimum, I would say go with an S7, and just in case you don't want to go with an S7, we're just going to go ahead and skip to another phone, because I know y'all don't want to buy these phones and they start lagging on you and stuff like that. We don't even need to talk about crap phones too much, you know what I'm saying? So another phone, if you're looking to drop the price a little bit from that $600, and I do not blame you, the LG Stylo 2 LTE for $179 would be a good buy if you tired of Android lag. If you hate Android, it's probably because you bought one of them cheap phones or got a free phone and didn't get to explore Android with some power. Alright, Android, this phone is running Android 5.1 Lollipop, which is still updated, pretty good. Let me know in the comment section below. It may have a 6.0 Marshmallow upgrade for straight talk. The screen is above 5.5 inches, so it is coming in a slightly bigger, or maybe the same size. I think it's, wait, 5.2. It's the same size as the Note 3, baby. So you gonna love this big screen. You're like, man, that screen might be too big. Will it fit in my pocket? Unless you wear super tight skinny jeans. If you just wear regular relaxed fit jeans, or even skinny jeans, you can still fit it, because I've seen them on YouTube fitting their phone in there. Trust me, once you get your hands on that display, you ain't going back. 8 megapixel camera. This camera will take good photos, man. Great for Facebook and stuff like that. Pretty good for recording as well. This is an overall good camera. And also you get the 5 megapixels on the front, and of course video recording with 8 megapixels on the back. It's got a 1.2 gigahertz quad core processor, which is a lot better than a single core processor. Keep that in mind, man. You would want stronger processor. Moving on, it has the 4G LTE, and it is Wi-Fi capable. Plus, it has Bluetooth 4.1 technology, so hey, you in the game a little bit up to date. Now, if you don't want an LG and you don't like LG, we got a Samsung. The only thing is, I'm a Samsung fan, but reconditioned, I am not a fan of, so I wouldn't bite this, especially since it's the same price, bro. Like, I wouldn't want to bite a Samsung S Fold that's been broken and then reconditioned. I don't care what other people say. That, I mean, that's just me. Okay, it's got a 5-inch screen, so it is smaller than a LG Stylo. It's got a full HD Super AMOLED. Trust me, that's a beautiful screen. 4.2 on the Android. I do think this have an update, but 4.2 out of the box, that's a little bit below, man. I would recommend 4.4 and up. Under that, in 2016, you shouldn't have it, bro. I mean, unless you already got a phone you like, but I'm saying if you buying a new phone, don't get something that's under 4.4. Now, this has a 1.9 quad core processor, so technically it is faster than the LG Stylo, but you know, it's close and close. Maybe you can open the app 1.5 seconds faster. Once you mess with Samsung products, man, you're gonna experience little to no lag. And once you get, if they got a Snapdragon processor slapped in that thing. Now, if you really want the camera, bro, the camera is not playing on this thing, bringing in a whopping 13 megapixel camera. Now, the camera will take amazing selfies. Now, we ain't talking DSLR type stuff, but for a smartphone, it'll be very decent. And you can record video and stuff like that fairly decent with this phone. Now, they do skimp you on the freaking front facing camera. I don't know why, and giving you a crappy 2 megapixel front facing camera. They should at least give you a 5 on the front. Now in 2016, we should have 12s on the fronts and 20s on the back. You know what I mean? But hey, this technology, so don't expect too much out of the front facing camera. They brag and boast about air view and air gestures and stuff. You probably wondering what that is. Most likely you won't use them because they don't work all the way like they do in the commercials and stuff. They got everybody to buy it. I got all my air gestures turned off because, you know, sometimes it'll get annoying and they'll work when you don't want them to. And sometimes they just don't work at all. So there's no reason having them on, draining battery, running them sensors for nothing. But don't get me wrong, it is a good phone, man. It is a good phone. I recommend the Samsung Galaxy Note line, but it's for the price, good phone. But maybe you don't want reconditioned, and I'm going to just wrap this video on up, but maybe you don't want reconditioned, man. So I'm just going to talk about the ZTE Max Duo. Now, a lot of people, look up ZTE, a lot of people complain about ZTE, so I really can't recommend ZTE. Like I said, I'm a Samsung fan, but I'm trying to get, you know, variety in the video and just talk about this phone, assuming that there's nothing wrong with the screen and the stuff that people been complaining about. But assuming this, if you don't want recondition, a little bit more, like what, $30 more, you can get a brand new ZTE Max Duo. All right, it's running updated stuff, man, and the screen on this, just judging by the inch size on the screen, is amazing. All right, Android 5.1. Like I said, if it's above 4.4, you pretty much good. All right, 6-inch touchscreen display. Golly, that's bigger than the Note phone I have even right now, man. I got the Note 3. This phone is bigger than that, so even more screen. They claim that it got a dual lens. I'm not really sure what's that supposed to mean. Maybe it's, you know, I mean, of course it got 2 pieces of plastic or glass. Maybe that helps the photo quality. I don't know, because I'm not able to test it real time in my life right now. But it claims to have a 13 megapixel. I'm pretty sure you can look up the quality of ZTE, because a lot of people complain about, you know, the quality. Just because it's on specs doesn't mean, just because it's on the spec sheet doesn't mean it can really push out the quality that it needs to push out. You can put 13 megapixels on there and have a sucky sensor, and then it looks like a 1 megapixel camera. You know what I'm saying? But it has a 2 megapixel. Okay, just reading the rest of it. The dual lens look like it could switch between 13 or 2, or they saying 13 plus 2. Is it 2 cameras in the back? I don't know. Maybe y'all should go to the store and check it out, because whoa, this is something crazy right here. All right, 5 megapixel front facing camera. So like I said, at least 5 on the front, but we should be just having like 8 or 10 on the front by now, bruh. 2016, 2017, let's go. This has a 1.5 octa-core processor. Golly, now that's a lot of cores, but don't get me wrong, man. I have heard about them octa-cores acting up. Now, if this doesn't act up, assuming it's not because of the ZTE brand and they actually got a good processor, this phone should be hecka fast. All right, this phone should be mega fast. This phone should be double fast. It's got 4 more cores than my Note 3. But once again, I'm a Samsung fan. Samsung slapped them Snapdragons in there, and them Snapdragons, they be going. All right, they be snapping. But I don't know what kinds in here. So go test it out, man. Load some stuff on there. Load a lot of apps. Load what you would be loading. If you're going to be on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? You ain't really got to worry about that. But if you're going to be playing like real racing, if you're going to be playing Clash Royale, go to the store. Load that stuff on there. If they won't let you do that, buy the phone. Stay in the store. Get on a Wi-Fi. Load that stuff on there. Load it up. Keep your receipt. Play with it. Take your pictures. Load up just random pictures and see how long it is before it just start lagging. If it start lagging a lot for you right out the gate, send that bit back. Get your money and go ahead and grab you a Samsung. You know what I mean? 4G LTE Wi-Fi capable, and it has Bluetooth 4.1 wireless technology, man. This is just a video to help me catch up a little bit on what's happening on Straight Talk. Like I said, I'm not a fan of reconditioned phones and stuff like that, but I just wanted to talk to y'all and give y'all my opinions on a couple of phones they have right now. Thank y'all for showing y'all support on here on Real Life Gamers about me coming back and talking about phones. I'm gonna try to talk about phones on Tuesdays now, Tech Tuesdays on my channel, if it's anything going on like that. And I'm gonna try to get back around to at least talking about phones once a week instead of not talking about them at all, because I'm still looking at phones, pretty much only the Samsung line now, Samsung Note line now, because that's what I got and that's what I'm a fan of, and I'm only gonna upgrade my Note with a Note or something that is better than the Note. But for me right now, it's nothing better than the Samsung Galaxy Note. So that's what I'm mainly gonna be focusing on. But a little bit of variety here to help some of y'all out that's been looking for a new phone. All right, but those are only my opinions. You can form your own, so go to the store, check them out, get them, and see what works for you. That's just a little insight to help you decide. Thank y'all for watching. I'm out. Peace.